Here's a story from my past. About 10 years ago, I had my garbage disposal fail rather spectacularly during a holiday dinner. It was made by Insinkerator and it looked like it had been there a long time. So I went to Home Depot. I bought another Insinkerator that looked like it would fit. It did fit. It was an easy change and I really didn't think about it any. Until about a month ago, when the garbage disposal that I'd only put in 10 years ago failed again. So what gives? Here's the story, and it's not one with a happy ending. Hi, I'm Stuart. I'm your middle-aged hack, just a child of the 80s, trying to make his way through the 20s, and I hope you'll take the journey with me. So, as I was saying, I changed out this garbage disposal and it only lasted 10 years, which kind of surprised me since I had this image of garbage disposals lasting, forever. But I know that not everything is as well made as it was in the past, and so, okay, I went and I bought another Insinkerator disposal and I put it in, and now I just expect it's probably going to fail in another 10 years. I then took the one I had and I took it apart to try to figure out what failed, because I was hoping it would just be a rubber seal or something like that and I could replace the seal and I would have this kind of spare disposal for when I needed it. The truth was much worse. This is the disposal in question without the top of it, and as you can see, it has completely rusted out in spots, and there's, clearly the parts that are supposed to chew up the food are good, but they don't move very well because they're going all over all of this rust. And what happened, as you kind of see, is that this metal plate rusted out so bad that holes developed in it, water came under it, and that went all the way into the cabinet of the device, which, as you can see, it has a hole in it, lets it flow all the way down, and that is the end of this disposal unit. The people at Insinkerator know that these devices are used with water, and yet they didn't use any sort of rust-proof metal. I mean, okay, they could have used, truly stainless steel, they could have used whatever they used for the actual food chewy-uppy blade things, they could have used that, but they didn't. They used, not only did they use, just looks like plain old maybe galvanized iron, but it wasn't really thick to begin with. I mean, it's maybe a couple of millimeters thick. And so it was going to rust out. It was inevitable. It was just waiting for that one piece of food that was going to push on it hard enough to break that piece of metal off. And it makes me wonder why a company like Insinkerator, which is the acknowledged leader in the space, doesn't spend, $3 more on a better metal plate here. Because, I mean, it couldn't have been more than $3 more. There are a couple of different grades of Insinkerator disposal units, and the lower grade, this is the Badger 5. The Badger 5 is the lowest grade, so you can say, oh, it failed because I got the lowest grade one. But I've seen nothing online to suggest that the higher grade ones have any better construction, that there's any more metal on it that would keep it from rusting or whatever. And on top of which, the most expensive one is more than double the price, and there's no guarantee it's going to last twice as long. Now, I will be fair and say that Insinkerator themselves only gives the unit about a 3-year warranty, so it's not that they're saying that's going to guaranteed to last 10 years. And I will also say that in the context of everything else you buy for your kitchen, 10 years isn't that bad anymore. And I'll finally say that if you stay with the Insinkerator brand, that it's very easy to change the unit. It's just got a bayonet mount that turns, pulls right out, and you put the new one right in. And the whole thing took me, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes. So, I mean, that's good. The fact that the disposal wasn't that expensive was good. But I think I paid about $150 for this unit, and I would have paid $160 for one that had a thick rust-proof plate instead of this thin one that rusted out. I doubt that anyone at Insinkerator is going to see this video, and even if they do, I'm sure they've already been bombarded with comments from Reddit, because everybody seems to know after this happens to them once that this is just going to happen. And further, everyone seems to know that Insinkerator is still the best built of all of the disposal units, and it's not worth going to another one. Still, I hope that this message gets out to a bunch of people, especially if you are looking for a new disposal. Just know you're probably not going to get a lifetime out of it, which is what you expect. You're going to get a few years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever you get. Eventually, it is going to rust through, and you're going to end up with the whole underside of your sink totally wet, and you're going to have to change it out. That's just the simple fact. Folks, that's it for me today. I am the Middle-Aged Hack. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you're thinking, and especially if you happen to work for the Insinkerator company, I'd love to hear from you.